Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Thank you to my 1,661 subscribers. We are growing, you are growing with me, and we are going somewhere. You wouldn't be here if you were part of the status quo, if you were a complier, because we tend to piss compliers off because we don't want to comply. We want to fly. We want to reach the stars. What's the old saying? Shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you might hit a star. All right, today's topic, like and subscribe. Today's topic is, well, it's kind of about compliance, about money in school. I was talking to my 19-year-old son, a high school dropout like myself, about what you learn in school. Well, they don't teach us anything about money, investing, how to use a checkbook, which is becoming a thing in the past, how to use a debit card. They don't teach us about credit cards. And I think among the people in the United States, credit card debt, at least a few years ago, was the highest debt that people had. But yet, we're taught nothing about it in school. Why do you think that is? They don't teach us how to be entrepreneurs, how to be self-employed, how to start our own business. But do you know what the mantra is? And I heard it, my father heard it, and my children hear it. If you don't finish school, you won't get a good job. Well, there's an acronym for job, and this is not to badmouth anybody who has a job, because there are good jobs out there, and depending on what kind of life you want to live, for some people a job works out well. It's not my cup of tea. But it goes like this: job just over broke. Because that's what most jobs are. They put you just over broke, and the school system does not teach us how to manage money, how to invest, how to become financially independent. Could that be because the system, the government, which formed and runs the school system, doesn't want us to be financially independent? They want us to be in debt, working as slaves for the rest of our lives, in debt for a house, in debt for cars, in debt for just about everything. Borrow the money, and the banks get rich. The banks really don't have the money anyway. If you have $100,000 in the bank, you can't just go down there and draw it out today. And if you do draw it out, if it's over $10,000, whatever you draw, you have to sign a lot of paperwork, because they want to know where that money's going. It's all about control. And what do they teach you in school? After the 5th or 6th grade, it's a repetition of the same thing. It's indoctrination to get you to go to work, start when the bell rings, take a break when the bell rings, and get off when the bell rings, 5 days a week. Because that's what they want. They want workers. Rockefeller was part of the original founders of the school system, and he said, I want workers. I don't want thinkers. And I talk about this a lot here. I know you guys think for yourself, but the biggest majority of people out there don't think for themselves. I was reading a comment thread on something today, and it just amazes me. Oh, okay, Tony Robbins commented, or he did like an info commercial on with Tucker Carlson. Okay, I don't care if you like Tucker Carlson or some of the other ABC or CNN or mainline media, but they're right against the left, I guess. I'm not into all that. But people were complaining about, oh, I'm not going to listen to Tony now because he was on Tucker Carlson. Well, both sides, whether you're the right or the left, they all slant it towards what they want you to hear. I mean, I prefer the Fox News, but I don't believe much of that either. And of course, I don't believe the other side either. You can't believe the news because it's not about facts. It's about what they want to push, the agenda they want to push. One side wants you to hate the other side wants you to hate this side. Divided. United we stand, divided we fall. There's a big push from somewhere, maybe it's from China, I really don't know where it's from, to divide us all. Look at all that we got: gay, straight, lesbian, genders, all this, men against women. What's happening? We are going to implode. Great nations aren't always conquered from without, but they destroy themselves from within. If you can get everybody divided against each other, then you're going to have a lot of problems. And we do have a lot of problems. And I have never in my life seen so much, and I'm not a political guy, I've never followed it greatly, but I've never seen so much division between Congress and the political leaders of our nation. And also so much blatant dishonesty and criminal action. But then again, it's hard to believe. What is going on? We really don't know. And to think you know that one side is better than the other just by listening to the news, then you're really not basing your decision on what's happening. If you look around, what's going on in the nation, by your own observation, not through news media, then you can make an informed decision by observation, because you cannot believe what the news media tells you. But I know none of you guys believe that, and I know you all understand how that works. So don't buy into that. They want you to be upset. They want you to have emotion. They want you to be emotionally involved in what they're saying. So remember that the next time you happen to be around. It's hard to get away from the news. They even have it on the gas station pumps now. But back to the original topic, the school system programs kids from an early age to be a worker among the worker bees. It does not teach you or program you or instruct you in how to be a free thinker or a free worker or to have financial freedom. You have to do that yourself. And in these days, it's easy to do. There are hundreds of people on social media for free that you can watch and get the wisdom you need to become whatever you want to become. So there are no excuses. But it's a lot easier to let the mainline media news think for you, whether you're on the right or the left. Form your own decisions by what you observe in your world. Do not allow yourself to live a life when you come to the end and you look back and you say, God, was my whole life a mistake? I believed all that and it wasn't even true. Rather than taking note of what you see around you, you believe what people tell you, and you think what they tell you to think. As I've said many times, most people don't think, they only think they think. They just regurgitate what they've heard on the news or on other social media. So it's just like anything I tell you, I'm not telling you to believe it until you just try it. And if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, discard it. Take what you need and leave the rest. So what I am telling you is to read books, study, whatever it is you want to be or have or do, find someone who has that and start studying that person and take what has worked for him and incorporate it into your life. I'm not telling you to be a perfect image of that person, but take what they have done that worked and incorporate that into your life, and it will work for you. Persistence, perseverance, tenacity, and discipline will get you to where you want to go. But if you want to be one of those people who just follow the agenda and don't think for themselves, you don't need any of those characteristics. You can just go merrily along and be part of the system, part of the masses. But I know you guys don't want to do that, and I appreciate that. I don't want to do that either, and I'm not doing it. If you have a good job and you like that and you enjoy what you're doing, that is great. Some people do that. It's up to you. You decide what you want to do for yourself, not what you've been told you should do by the system, by your parents, by your wife, or by anybody. But you decide. You know what you want to do, and if you're doing that today, that is great. If you're happy, you feel fulfilled, and you're moving in the direction of expansion, then you're on the right track. If not, do some contemplation, find out what it is you want to do, and take action. Take the first step towards doing that. And as a man, that is where you will find your true fulfillment, and in no other place. That's all I got for today. If you're watching this on Instagram, check us out on the Dragon Ship today at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you would like to get my help personally, marksinspiration.com is my website, or you can contact me through the email in the description at marksinspirationalguidance.com or at gmail.com. Take care, have a great day, and do it your way.